Hi everyone, I am so excited to be here on day 16 of the 2026 Spring Inspiration hosted by Raindrop Lila. And if you're seeing this video, I'm sure you've been following along. And if not, then welcome. You still have plenty of time to join us and to catch up on some things that have been happening. So basically each day we're using these prompts, and by the end of the month of April, we're going to have a journal completed. Well, that is the idea. That is the idea. I don't know if I will, but I'm on the way. So I am so excited to be day 16, which is lace. So I thought for my journal I would share some of the ways that I love to use lace inside of a journal. And after this video, I will have a couple of process videos to share some of the things that I've been making and the filming that I've done. For example, on the cover, I did film the process of layering laces on the front and carrying over to the back, and you can kind of see just how I'm picking them and the process that I go through to do that, as well as the decoration of the cover. So that will be a fast play after this portion of the video. What I'm going to do now is go through, and you'll be able to see that I have a very blank journal right now, and I am going to be adding some bits of lace, so I thought that I would talk to you as I do that. So let me zoom out just a bit. Okay. So my favorite ways to use lace, first of all, on the cover, if I'm making a journal, I'm always using lace. If I'm making a project of any kind that is for myself, I'm typically always using lace. I love to layer different laces on the front. If I have any white cotton laces, I love to pair these with different net laces or different laces that are a bit more sheer or transparent. It's one of my favorite looks. I do really like to use neutral laces. I do sometimes have different pale colors and things like that I go with, but you'll see in the process video, I actually toyed with using this pink lace, and I just chose to stick with the neutrals. I like for the papers and the embellishments and things from the paper line to stand out, and I just love the look of neutral laces on a journal. So on the front, like I said, I have some layered pieces. I also have just some bits and pieces that I've tucked behind. I was trying to decide if I wanted to use some different lace flowers in this journal, so I made a couple, and I have them sitting to the side so that they're available to use throughout the journal if I want them to. But for this cover, I just really wanted the highlight to be the digitals. I do have a little lace bow here. I cut a piece of the lace off and I used it to tie a little net bow here. And then I have a couple of different scraps of various laces throughout, and some really gorgeous vintage metallic lace here. Okay, so that's my favorite way to use lace in a journal, is on the cover and the decoration part of it. I also really love to edge my paper, so I'm going to do a little bit of that today, but I'm also going to add a lace pocket, and I'm going to add a belly band. So I found this lace and I thought it would be perfect as like a little belly band. So I'm going to do that first and kind of show you how I do a belly band. Now I'm going to be using hot glue for this. Typically I would use Fabri-Tac for most of my lace pieces. My daughter has been in a crafting mood lately. She's been making these really cool different animal masks and like her own little pop-ups, and it's just some crazy things that she's been really into making lately. So when I come to craft, a lot of times my glue is missing, as it is right now. So I'm gonna use the hot glue. All right, I do like this side. Whatever side is more textured, I like that side showing. And this one, I don't think there really is one. Okay, so I want it to go about right here. So I'm gonna start. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it after. I do normally cut after. I'll have about the right length, but I trim it to the exact edge of the paper. That just helps me line it up better. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna put in this belly band yet, but I'm gonna put this here for now. And there you have just a little belly band. So if you want to put like a tag, or you have a couple pieces of ephemera, that will really hold it down. This is just a really simple belly band. You can definitely layer your laces for this. Like I could have layered on the side. I would do the exact same thing. But I'm just gonna keep that one because I really like it. All right. Let's see, I had another piece of lace laying somewhere. And nope, took it out. It's okay. All right, so my other favorite way to use lace, which I've been saving this piece to do, that I love to line the edges. And when I'm doing that, it really is kind of a process. So I'm going to talk about it, but then I will probably film myself doing a process of it and do it as a fast play after this, because it is a lot of really just, I mean, it's holding things up to see what looks good. So when I'm picking laces to put on, a lot of times I'll do neutrals. If I have a page or a layout that is a bit more monotone in color or a bit more neutral itself, then maybe I'll pick a colorful lace to go on that page. On this journal though, I'm probably going to be sticking with mostly neutrals because the colors of the digital collection are so beautiful that those are really the colors that I'm highlighting, not the lace colors. So I'll stick with neutral laces. Yeah, there's really no page here that doesn't have like beautiful pops of color. So sometimes I'll do the first page, sometimes I won't, but I just go through and I don't have, there's really no rhyme or reason to like which page I'll do it on. But if I have a page where I know like there's a nice area where it can peek over, and I'll put it on the edge. And I a lot of times will check to see how far it's popping through. Like if this is a long page, so I'm probably not going to put lace on the edge of this because then it's going to pop through too much. If that makes sense. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and add a couple of pieces of lace. I'm going to stop talking now, add the lace, and I'm going One of the things you'll notice as I'm putting down the laces is I'll put the glue first and then I'll try to put the whole piece down if I can. I have found that I get it to be much straighter and even when I do it that way. If I try to put a little bit down at a time, I always end up with a little bit of a ripple, which is totally fine. But I have found that I get better results getting it straighter if I put both sides down first and then kind of smooth it out. So that's how I've started adhering all my laces. And I'm going to go ahead and pause this part of the video here because I'm going to go through and add just a few more pieces to the edges, play around a little bit. I can hear my timer in the background that dinner is ready, so I'm going to take a little break and go do that. But yeah, I really just wanted to show the edge part and then different ways that I use lace. So I will have another flip through of this coming up, and I'm going to add a lace pocket too, so I'll be back to show you that. going to do a quick flip through of all the different lace I have added to the journal. Now I will go back, I'm sure, and add different snippets throughout as I am creating other ephemera and tags and things to go in here. Of course, I'm just going to add more lace, but I'll go ahead and just show you where I'm at for now. So again, I have the layers of lace on the cover, lots of little bits and pieces throughout. I did add a bit of lace and trim to this front pocket. I just thought it needed something a little extra, and it's kind of coming up at the seam here. So for now, this just provides enough distraction so you're not looking at that. I also have this little trim that I think is so cute, and so I've added it to the edge of things. That's something I love to do with laces or trims. If I do have an uneven edge anywhere or an edge that just stands out, you can add a little bit of trim to it. I've added some lace to these book page pockets that I have created. I think it just adds a little something extra. Lots of laces on the edges. There's that lace belly band. I may come back and add a teeny tiny lace to the flips of the envelopes I have. I haven't decided yet though. But I do like, anytime there's like a flap anywhere, I love to add little lacy edges to it. I think it just gives it a really nice extra detail. And I do like to layer laces too on the edge of pages. And here's that lace pocket. Now when you're making a lace pocket, you can just simply add glue to the edges and cut it to size and glue it down. I did want to kind of fold under the bits here because it is a more sheer lace, and it's one that might give a little bit during the settling process. So I wanted to just add the edges tucked under, the sides and the bottom tucked under, just to give it a little more stability. And here's some more book pages covered with lace. These old cotton laces, when the edges get ruffled like that, I really, really love the way it looks. And this particular one, I left it, my cat does not agree. This particular one, I did leave the lace edge hanging over just a bit. I thought it looked really pretty that way. Normally I cut them to size, but just a couple I'll leave hanging over. And I love the way it looks on the back too. Their lace pockets, lace and ribbon, and that's it. So thank you guys so much for checking out my video. I hope that this has inspired you to use some lace in your next journal or project.